Look, I'm not going to lie, 3,000 leaving my account every single month is really, really painful. But in 10 or 15 years, I'm going to be the one laughing because I'm betting every single last thing I have on this strategy. And I'm basing it on maths, not emotion. So first, I want to explain the story of how I got here because it really was not luck whatsoever. I don't have a rich family or rich parents. And it certainly wasn't easy. So it took me years and years to get here. I mean, like 12-hour days, 7 days a week. I was running my own business, making absolutely nothing for 1 to 2 years. Literally getting kicked in the face every day, making no money. I think in the entire year I made something like 3.5 to 6 grand in the entire year, right? So it was absolutely miserable. I worked in sales for another 2 years, again, just getting kicked in the face over and over again. So I learned the hard way, and it was not easy to get here whatsoever. So I want to make that very, very clear. So a lot of you watching this might think, wow, 3,000 a month invested is a lot. And then there's others who will be like, 3,000 a month, really? That's all you can invest? And you'll say it's pathetic. And guess what? You're both right. You both are correct. For you, it might be a lot. For someone else, it might be nothing. And you're both right because we're all running our own races. And my starting line is not your starting line. And same with our finishing line. We're all running different races, and that's what you need to understand. When you read that title, I'm sure a ton of excuses came to mind as to why you're not there. Especially, I want to make this point very clear. If you're in the US or Canada, you've absolutely no excuse to not be investing thousands a month into the market. You have 100 times the opportunity that the rest of the world does in terms of these massive salaries you get, in terms of remote work. You can get a remote sales role in your sleep and move to a low cost of living area. And on average, you make 1.5 times more the salary in Europe, never mind Asia and all these other countries. So if you're from US or Canada, I want you to take this as fire on your ass to get to work because you have the opportunity way, way more than everyone else. So get your ass to work. The rest of us, you cannot use this as an excuse as to why you're not there already. I'm in Europe, I'm in Ireland. Can't use just because they've higher salaries and more opportunity as an excuse as to why you're not getting there. You have to get to work. I do not care about your excuse. Nobody cares about you and no one's coming to save you. I want to explain first something that's going to blow your mind. It's called compound interest, and actually Albert Einstein himself called it the eighth wonder of the world, which means it's rather important. Here's how I like to explain it. It's like when you're at the top of a ski slope. I've never been skiing, but when you're on the top of a ski slope and you push down that snowball and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it rolls down the mountain. It's kind of like that, just with your money. Your money is the snowball, and the further it rolls down, the more money is made. So I'm investing my money into the S&P 500. It is proven to give massive returns over a long time period. So for example, if you're to invest $500 a month into the S&P 500, it has on average a 10% return. So if you invest $500 a month for 10 years, you'll have just over 100 grand, 102 grand. You'll have invested 60. You'll have 40 grand in just straight, essentially free money. You do zero work. You just put it in the market, let the market go to work, and it spits back 40 grand to you in a 10-year period. If you're to do that over a 15-year period, you're going to end with 200 grand. You'll have invested 90 and got 116 back. If we're to do that over 25 years, your 500 a month will compound to $663,000. 150k invested, 513 in essentially free money for just being patient. Now that last one, that is nuts. You only invest 150k, you get 500k back. That is nuts. And you get that for being patient and playing the long game. Now, here's what happens when you scale this up to the rate I'm at. I'm investing 3k a month. So if we do that over a 10-year time period, your 3k a month will go to 614,000. So in total, I'll have invested 360k, and the market will give me back $250,000. If you're to stretch this over a 20-year period, your 3k a month will go to 2.278 million. You'll invest 720k, and the market will give you 1.558 million back, just for being patient. Crazy stat, right? So here's the thing. In 13 years, I'll be 35 years old with over $1 million in the market. 470,000 of that is just straight profit, just for being patient. And that's not getting lucky. That's just on maths and patient. And guess what? That is if my income stays the exact same. So that's if right now I stay on the exact same salary I am for the next 13 years. I make no extra money with my business. I get no increase, no nothing. So that's if I stay exactly where I'm at. That's where I'm going to be. And I have a feeling I'm going to get there in half the time. So a lot of you are probably like, no, this isn't true. This isn't real. I mean, what I want to do is actually break down the facts and the numbers to disprove your logic that you're thinking. So the S&P 500 has returned an average of 10% a year for the past 100 years. Pretty strong track record. That's probably 4 times your lifespan right now. Not your lifespan, your current life. I assume it's young guys watching this. Even if you invest at the worst possible time before every major crash, you'll still be profitable if you hold for 15 plus years. There has never been a 20 year period where the S&P 500 lost money, and 10k invested in the S&P in 1980 would be over 1.2 million today. Some quick facts for you to disprove your thinking. So is it guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed. Will there be crashes? Yes, absolutely. I mean, 2008 there was a massive crash. They all happened, but every single time they come back without failure. Every single time. There's not been a time where they haven't come back. My idea here, this is where most young people get it wrong. They think that investing in the stock market is enough, and it's not. You need to invest in your ability to earn more, to acquire skills. So even myself, I'm not just investing in the markets. I'm investing in my skill set and me. Even just 2 weeks ago, I spent $2,000 on a consulting membership because I need to increase my earning capacity. And I even said this to one of my friends, and he thought I was crazy. Like, what are you doing, paying $2K for a mentorship? Are you nuts? And it's not even that much. Like, what? And he was saying, why not just give it to me instead? Well, the mentorship can teach me skills and therefore increase my income, and then I can get to my goal quicker. You know what? I'd rather spend 2K so I can earn an extra 2K a month rather than investing it. And if you're on a low income right now, or working just a basic job, I would invest in your skill sets and try to increase your capacity to earn more as opposed to investing. Because those 2 years where you don't invest in the markets and you invest in yourself are going to pay off tenfold. So for example, what can you put your money in? The cheap stuff. Podcasts, books, courses on the higher end, mentorships, your health. Invest in your body, in your mind, because your mind is attached to your ability to make money. So if your body is healthy, your mind's going to be good, and you'll be able to work more. Therefore, you'll be able to make more because you're going to have time and priority on money and important things in your life, and you won't be dopamine driven up the wall focusing on quick fixes. The math is really simple. If I can increase my investments from 3K to 4K to 5K to 6K a month, if I learn more skills, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll be able to get to my goal way quicker of actual freedom. Now, you did see Bitcoin in the title. I'm not going to lie, I had that in there. And my strategy is simple. I have a certain percentage of my portfolio allocated to Bitcoin. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to take risk. I've anywhere from 75% to 95% in the S&P. I'm not going to give you exact metrics on that. But I have a bit of my portfolio allocated towards risk. And I have it in Bitcoin because I just really believe in what it is. And the way it's going, I'd rather risk that 5%. If it could potentially turn into 20% or 40% of my entire portfolio. And I'm not telling you to copy me, like definitely don't do that. I'm just showing you what I'm doing to build the foundation of my life in general, my financial life in general. So the last thing I want to touch on is the actual mindset around all of this. You have to think extremely long term. Most people think in days, weeks, not even months. I mean, honestly, end of day they think of. I'm thinking in when I'm going to be 15 years time, 20 years time, 25 years time, because no one else is thinking like this. When you play long-term games, you're going to win long-term prizes. I don't care about buying these flashy items, these once-off purchases, the cars, the watches, the clothes. I really don't care. I just want freedom. I don't care about buying a phone, a car, whatever it is. Really don't care. No time for it. Just want to be free. So right now I'm building my ad agency, not because I want to retire at 22. I'm always going to be working because I love to work. I just don't want to have to work. That's the difference. You know, it's not that I want the car. It's that I can have the car if I choose to have it. That's the whole idea. It's like I don't have to work, but I'm choosing to, and I don't have to if I don't want to. That's what I really want. So your future self is going to thank you. If you're doing these actions now when you're young, it's going to pay off so much. You're going to be thanking yourself when you're 30, when you're 45, when you're 50. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm free. I don't have to do anything. So to wrap this up, the reason you're watching this video is because you're interested in this in some fashion. Whether you're not investing, whether you are investing, whether you have a job, whether you have no job, you have aspirations to actually do something with your life. So my advice to you would be you need to start today. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is this second. So don't do it tomorrow, because you're not going to do it. Don't do it next week. Oh, when Monday comes around, I'll do it. You're not going to do it. You have to start now. So I don't care if it's you're investing 100 a month into the market. I don't care if you're investing in your skill set. You just have to invest in you. Whether that's skills or actual the markets themselves, whatever it is. So it might even be the S&P, it might even be investing, it might be in real estate. That might be something you understand, your family might have done it. Whatever it is for you, put your money into stuff you understand that are assets that compound over time. So hopefully you got some value from this. If you have any questions, let me know, and yeah, have a great day, guys.